So about 2 months ago, I was talking to my mom. I was telling her my plans for the future. I am gonna do this, do that. Guess what she said to me? She said, "Don't be overconfident." That made me realize people just think of you the way they think about themselves. If they think they can't, then you can't either. I actually laughed after she said that and said to her, "You will see."
And they say overconfident, like that's a bad thing. I think overconfident, there needs to be a bad word. How can you be overconfident? You should be overconfident. You should have more confidence. You should have more confidence in yourself.
And that conversation kind of stuck with me for a while after, because I started noticing it everywhere, not just with my mom. It's like most people have a ceiling in their own head for what's possible, and without even realizing it, they hand you that same ceiling like it's a gift. Be realistic. Don't get your hopes up. Have a backup plan. None of that is evil advice. They mean well, but it's advice built for their limits, not mine. So the number one thing I think that helped me is limiting other people's access to me. I don't let negative energy even come near me. It is very real that there is a frequency communicating among people. There is an energy transferring among us. You probably have heard the quote, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." It is true that if you hang around people with negative energy, you will also have negative energy. Think about the last time you were around someone who was constantly complaining, constantly finding a reason why nothing works. Did you leave that conversation feeling motivated? Never. You leave feeling drained, and you don't even notice it happening in the moment. It just kind of seeps into you. Same thing works in reverse though. Spend an hour with someone who's locked in, who's building something, who talks about their goals like they're already inevitable, and you leave that conversation wanting to go do something with your life. That's not a coincidence. That's just how energy works between people. Whether you believe in the frequency side of it or not, the psychological effect alone is real. So what I mean by I limit other people's access to me is I don't hang around with negative-minded people that have no goals or dreams. If you can't find people with positive energy, it is better to just be isolated. But for some reason, if you have to hang around people with negative energy, at least try not to let their energy affect you. Whatever negative thing they say, just don't let that inside your mind. I know cutting people off sounds extreme to some of you, especially if it's family you can't exactly just avoid forever. I'm not saying block your uncle on everything and never speak to him again. I'm saying build a filter. When he says something doubtful, let it go in one ear and out the other. Don't let it sit and marinate in your head for the rest of the week. You control what you keep, not what gets said to you. Something else that helped me here, actually design your environment so the negativity has less of a chance to reach you in the first place, instead of relying on willpower to block it out every single time. Mute group chats that are just complaining sessions. Move your phone away from your bed so the first thing you see isn't someone's rant. Follow accounts that post about building, creating, growing, and let that be the majority of what fills your feed. I've cut all the negativity in my life, especially on social media. Don't watch those hateful or sad content. Unfollow everyone that puts negativity in your mind. When you see a post or video full of negativity, click on not interested. This one sounds small, but it genuinely changes your whole day. Think about it. The first thing a lot of people do when they wake up is grab their phone and scroll through a feed that's designed to trigger some kind of emotional reaction, usually not a good one. You're setting the tone for your entire day based on whatever random algorithm decided to show you at 7 a.m. Flip that. Control what goes into your ears and your eyes first thing in the morning, because that's basically the operating system your brain runs on for the rest of the day. Also, stop listening to sad, emotional music. Music can affect your life so much. One song that I started listening to recently is called Safe and Sound. I didn't listen to the lyrics that much, but I like the vibe. If you don't know what kind of songs to listen to, go to YouTube and search for low cortisol playlist. I live with a positive attitude every day. I know everything that happens to me happens for a good reason. Every failure is a lesson. Stop feeling like the victim. Don't feel like the world is against you. No, the world wants you to succeed. I know that's a bold statement. The world wants you to succeed. And some of you are probably thinking, nah, the world's been working against me my whole life. But flip the belief for a second and just see how it feels. If you walk around believing the world is against you, every closed door becomes proof of that. If you walk around believing the world wants you to succeed, every closed door just becomes a wrong door, and you move on to the next one. It's the same event but completely different meaning, and you get to pick which meaning you attach to it. The second thing I want to talk about is building evidence, because just having confidence is not going to be enough. Your brain starts to look for evidence, things that happened in the past. So the best thing to do is to take a high volume of shots at whatever you want to succeed at. So for me, right now I am uploading one video per day on this channel. I know one of them will go viral. So once that happens, my brain has evidence that I can get views. After multiple viral videos, there is a stack of evidence. So for now, I keep pushing forward with confidence. This is the part people skip because it's not as fun to talk about as just believe in yourself. Belief without evidence is basically just hope, and hope alone doesn't hold up when things get hard. But belief backed by a stack of evidence, stuff you've actually done, results you've actually gotten, that's a completely different kind of confidence. That's the kind that doesn't crack the second someone doubts you, because you're not just telling yourself a story anymore. You've got proof sitting right there. And here's the thing about volume. Most people don't take enough shots to even give themselves a chance to build that evidence. They'll post one video, it flops, and they quit before video 2. One video isn't a sample size. It's barely a coin flip. You need enough attempts that the law of averages actually has room to work in your favor. That's why I don't stress about any single video doing badly, because I'm not judging myself off one data point. I'm judging myself off the trend across 30, 50, 100 videos. While building evidence, don't just celebrate the big wins. Collect all the small ones as well. A small win could be as simple as finishing something you said you'd finish, even if nobody sees it. Showed up and recorded when you didn't feel like it? That's a win. Had a slightly better video than last time, even if the views were the same? That's a win. You have to train yourself to notice these, because if you're only celebrating the viral moments, you're gonna go weeks, sometimes months, feeling like nothing's happening, when in reality progress was happening the whole time. You just weren't looking for the right kind of proof. I also think a lot of people confuse confidence with never having doubts. That's not it either. I still have doubts sometimes. Everyone does. Anyone who tells you they never doubt themselves is probably lying or not being honest with you. The difference is what you do with the doubt. I let the doubt show up, acknowledge it, and then go do the work anyway. The evidence I have already built is what lets me push through the doubt instead of the doubt pushing me back. One last thing I want to talk about is that it is okay to be viewed as crazy. When you are focused on your goals, people will view you as self-absorbed or egotistical. If they don't, you're probably not at the level of self-belief you should be. There is this awkward phase at the beginning when nothing is going to make sense to others. They are going to hate you because you are taking a different route than them, because you're doing what they were afraid of doing. You will look stupid and weird. If nobody doubts you, your goals are too small. That's what I gotta say. I like it when people doubt me because I can use that as fuel to keep pushing forward so I can prove them wrong. Think about literally anyone who's ever done something big. Before it worked, they weren't inspiring. They were just a guy with a weird idea. Nobody claps for you in the middle. They only clap once it's already working.